Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of UA Eats. I'm UA, and I am here in Philadelphia. Figured this was a good time to put on the champion cap, the Super Bowl cap. But anyways, I am here in Philly to film another cheesesteak review, and we've reviewed a lot of the iconic cheesesteaks of Philadelphia. We ate at Dalessandro's, we did Angelo's, and we even did Pat's and Geno's, you know, the two tourist traps. But I mean, they were all good, except for Geno's, which I didn't really think was that great. Even Pat's was decent, but the other two, Dalessandro's, Angelo's, incredible. And originally I came down here to Philadelphia to film a spot that I used to love, John's Roast Pork. But then I remembered last time I was here, maybe not last time, maybe the time before, I was here filming at Angelo's and I got a local tip. They said, best cheesesteak I've ever had is Woodrow's, from a local here living in Philly. He said Woodrow's is my favorite, and it might not be one of the big name spots, but trust me, it is incredible. So anyways, we're here in South Street, and it's behind us right here. Yeah, this is Woodrow's along the eclectic South Street here. The eclectic South Street here in Philly that has a bunch of interesting stores, restaurants, and retail stores alike. A lot of people say that this place is low-key the best cheesesteak in Philly right now, and it's especially known for its incredible special Whiz sauce. So, and we won't be trying it alone today. We've got the newest member of the UA Eats family, Crixie. Crixie, you want to say hi? Want to say hi to UA Eats? Crixie, hello? Crixie? Yeah, guess she's a little bit shy today, but anyways, I grew up in the Philadelphia area, in South Jersey in particular, and I've never heard of Woodrow's, so I think we're all in for a treat. You and me, I think we're both in for a treat today, so let's try it. Hopefully they allow the dog in just briefly, at least for a takeout order, so. All right, guys, so I got my food. I actually got two sandwiches from Woodrow's. I got the cheesesteak and a coffee brisket sandwich. I think that's what it said. And I think they probably would have let me eat in there if I wanted. The staff actually seemed pretty cool with dogs. Like, they didn't really seem to mind at all. But there were a couple people eating in there who seemed a little bit bothered, and I know not everyone likes dogs. So I'm here at a local park, and you know what? I wouldn't have it any other way. Because cheesesteaks, you know, are everyday food. They're, you know, working man food, and cheesesteaks should be eaten on the go, or at least outside, ideally. So, yeah, and it's a wonderful day. I mean, just look at the incredible blue sky. So wonderful weather we got here. So, yeah, everything worked out. Might as well take advantage of the beautiful weather today, why don't we? So, and Crixie's enjoying the wonderful weather. Crixie? No? Okay. I'm gonna eat my lunch. All right, so yeah, we got two sandwiches. We got a Woodrow's Whiz Wit and then a coffee barbecue brisket. So I hear that one's pretty good too. So we got two sandwiches, and it's a shame that beef isn't as cheap as it used to be, where even cheesesteaks are like 15 bucks each, and that's not out of the ordinary, but it is what it is. So, all right, let's see what we have at our disposal. You know, just on the outside, seems to be a pretty decently sized cheesesteak. And we will leave this in the wrapper for a bit so that keeps it warm. And also, I like when it steams a bit. It makes the bun a little bit softer. In the meanwhile, let's try that coffee barbecue brisket sandwich. And interesting that this place was a local recommendation, because South Street can be kind of touristy. So interesting that a local heavily recommended me this place when I was at Angelo's, of all places. So, all right, this is it. This is the coffee barbecue sandwich, and I don't know, guys. I feel like this is looking a little bit messy. Like, it's probably not the cleanest sandwich I've had, and I'm guessing those are like onion rings, like kind of like tiny fried, like kind of like shoestring onion rings or something. But then there's also a lot of barbecue sauce. It looks like a very generous slathering of barbecue sauce. This coffee barbecue sauce. So let's see how this is, I guess. So first, let's take a bite. Oops, one of the briskets fell out, but it's almost like a blessing in disguise. I mean, pretty thick cut piece of brisket there with even some delicious bark on the sides. Looks really delicious. but I got enough in here to take a cleaner bite, actually. I think this might even have worked out better to make it easier to bite. It's a good sandwich. I will say that it's probably not among the better briskets I've had. The brisket is not as tender as many briskets I've had and not as fatty as other briskets I've had, but it's very, very good. And I think the star here is this sauce. It doesn't really taste like coffee, but it's delicious and it's like spicy. This sauce, I thought it was gonna be like smotheringly sweet. I mean, it kind of just looks sweet, right? Like sweet and sticky, but no. It's balanced between sweetness and spiciness. The onion rings add like some crispy component, like a nice crispy texture. The bread even is kind of sweet, which, you know, kind of adds like some complexity of flavor. And yeah, I mean, I really do think it would have been difficult to eat had I had both of these attached. Taking out one of them and making the whole thing just easier to hold, you know, not so unbalanced, I think definitely helps. Like you can eat one half and then shove the other half back in the sandwich for round two. And really, guys, this sauce is just incredible. I mean, it really doesn't taste like coffee. If anyone here is in the know, let me know in the comments. Maybe the coffee does something, it does something culinarily to the sandwich, like beyond just flavor. But that sauce is just to die for. It's just so well balanced, like between sweet and spicy. And it's not too sticky and not too like runny. It's incredible. Wow, guys. This isn't really what I had in mind in terms of like a barbecue sandwich, you know, brisket sandwich, but it's a great beef sandwich in general. I really, really dig this. Wow. We'll resume this a bit later, and now it's time for the cheesesteak. Like I said, we were here originally for John's roast pork, but Woodrow's will have to do, and many people say it's supposed to be fantastic, and my expectations are a bit higher after that wonderful sandwich. So, although the last sandwich was not nearly as messy as I feared, still a little bit on the messy end, so let me clean the sauce off my fingers so I don't accidentally, like, you know, impact subtly the intended flavor of the cheesesteak. So, Whiz Woodrow's cheesesteak here. And 3, 2, 1. Let's see what we got. Hey, it's looking kind of sweet, if I do say so myself. Does this just not look like an incredibly delicious, nice and creamy, nice and cheesy cheesesteak to you? Nice and soft bread. I think letting it steam a bit in the wrapper was the right call. A whole lot of meat. Onions, cut a little bit long. Interesting choice. We'll see how that is. I tend to prefer them to be diced into smaller pieces. Wow, looking creamy. Looking like there's a consistent cheese in every bite. Wow, guys, I think I got a pretty good recommendation. What do you guys think? So, enough talk. Let's dig in. And guys, it's like a truffle whiz. That's what I read online, that this place is known for its truffle whiz. So I know truffle can be kind of like a bit of a gimmick, but in this case, I'm hoping though in this case, it's one of those like legit truffle inventions. Okay, that's really, really good. Really creative. It definitely has a strong truffle flavor, so you gotta like truffle. If you don't like truffles, don't even bother, because it's a pretty strong truffle flavor, I would say. Like, it's not subtle, like the whole thing definitely has that strong truffle flavor. I still don't think it's my favorite cheesesteak. I think I still prefer Angelo's to this, but I'm glad I tried this. Really, really good, and I definitely see the appeal. Let's break it down. It's like I said, you kind of just need to like truffle. Like the truffle flavor of the cheese just like layers evenly throughout all the diced pieces of meat, small pieces of meat, so that the cheese can really layer the whole steak evenly. Like one thing I don't like when the pieces of steak are like too long, and that's also one reason why I didn't really like Geno's that much, is that's how they do it. When they're too long, it doesn't really let the cheese kind of layer evenly. Like, you know when you go to a movie theater and you say like, hey, I'll get a popcorn and can you layer the butter? I know that because I used to work at a movie theater. Imagine though if the popcorn were like bigger, you know, longer pieces, then the butter wouldn't really make it past the top, right? So here, the Truffle Whiz is making it evenly throughout, and you're getting like an evenly sauced sandwich. I will say though that it's a lot of whiz, it's a lot of sauce. The main flavor you get is from the truffle whiz, like they're generous with the whiz. So, you know, any like other nuanced flavors you don't really taste, like kind of hard to taste how good quality the beef is. Like it's very juicy, it's very tender, so I'm sure it's good quality ribeye beef. But in this case, like you can't really taste like the very, you can't really specifically taste the flavor of the beef very strongly because of all the sauce, all the cheese whiz. There is some seasoning in there and it's kind of being obscured a little bit as well. And the grilled onions too, like the grilled onions, again, like they kind of play just like a background flavor in this case because of the sauce. And also the way they've grilled them, they're kind of more like caramelized onions, or even if they weren't before, after the sauce goes on, they soften and they basically become almost like caramelized onions, like effectively. The onions are more soft, like a caramelized onion, so. But guys, I'm enjoying the sandwich. I think it's very good. And the bread, probably Amoroso roll here. Very soft bread that also still has a bit of a chew to it. Feels really good against your teeth. Perfect texture for sandwiches, so just so good. If you like truffle, you're gonna love this. So good. And unfortunately, both things I ate today, a little on the messy end, a lot of sauce. So yeah, just one of those days, I guess, right? Yeah, a lot of the whiz dripped on the other sandwich, unfortunately. So yeah, it's gonna be even messier when I finish this. But guys, I think that's gonna be it for this video. So I'm gonna share my final thoughts. And yeah, this cheesesteak was fantastic. And the barbecue sandwich before it, the brisket sandwich before it too, very, very good. I will say that this is not really a cheesesteak. It's not really a traditional cheesesteak the way you would think of it. Like it's not like your standard cheesesteak that's mostly, you know, cheese whiz or provolone or American cheese steak, diced onions, that's it. This is definitely like a different take on it, I would say. And you know what? I'm all for innovation and I'm all for experimentation. It's funny because I feel like this is the kind of cheesesteak that you might find in like Williamsburg, Brooklyn, or like California or something, like a really, really trendy spot. And of course, here in Philly, when they experiment with the cheesesteak, it's not just some like useless hipster crap that, you know, might sound interesting, but then you eat it and you're like, this is lame, right? Here, they innovated and it's wonderful. I mean, truffling up a cheesesteak, what an idea. I mean, some people do put mushrooms in cheesesteaks after all, so truffle, hey, if you can make it work, and in this case, incorporate like that creamy cheese whiz texture. And I know not everyone likes cheese whiz. Personally, I kind of prefer American. I think American is a little bit more meltable without tasting so cheap. But I do like cheese whiz every now and then on a cheesesteak. But to those people who don't like cheese whiz, I still recommend you try this because it really is like almost like a finer version of cheese whiz. It's almost like a champagne cheese whiz, you know? This cheese whiz is like Breaking Bad, and normal cheese whizzes are like, I don't know, like weeds or something. But anyways, I'm gonna finish eating this, and Crixie and I, we gotta hit the road. But anyways, I'm so glad I was able to stop by and try this place, Woodrow's. Wonderful local tip, and you know, if you're ever in Philly and you want like a really good quality cheesesteak, not just Pat's and Geno's, maybe try asking a local for a local rack, because I'm sure even a great local spot is gonna be better than those tourist trap spots. So anyways, everyone, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you liked this vid. And what's your favorite cheesesteak in Philly? I hear Ishka Bibbles is pretty good. You know, where else do you like? Do you like John's of Roast Pork? Do you like Dalessandro's? What's your favorite? Let me know in the comments, because great minds eat alike. And also let me know what you think of Woodrow's. And as always, if you like my vids, like and subscribe. That way you stay up to date whenever I post another video. The messiness is gonna continue, so it's okay. I'm just gonna abandon all hope of keeping my hands clean. So anyways, guys, until next time, I'll see you later.